guys, welcome back to another week of ACES. I'm super excited to be here with you guys. This week we're going to be making kaleidoscopes, and our DIY project will be DIY cups with lids. So what you guys will be receiving this Thursday is going to be a little brown bag. It looks something like this, packed full of goodies. Okay, so I'm going to kind of go through the bag and show you guys what's inside of it, so you guys know what you're getting and what to keep for today and what to save for next week. Okay, so the first thing that's going to be popping out of the bag is this white paper roll and this clear plastic sheet. Keep this out because we're going to be using this today for a kaleidoscope project. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to pull out is this metallic foil sheet, and we're going to keep that for today because that's also for our kaleidoscope. You'll find a scratch frame, a bag of beads, which is for our project, so put that aside. The scratch frame is our DIY project for next week, so put that to the side. The jar is going to be for next week as well. This is our DIY project for this week. And so you guys can take off the lid, unwrap the package, take off the lid, draw whatever you want on it. It's all yours. So yeah, so go ahead and decorate it as your own. They are kind of small. I thought they would be bigger, but you know, you learn as you go. So yes, so that's this week. So that's for today. You'll also find at the very bottom is a magnetic strip and a little scratch pencil for that scratch frame. Okay. And then you'll find a jar of glitter, as well as a box of peppermint extract and some baking soda. So all this stuff right here, except for the glitter we'll use today, but this stuff right here is going to be going back in the bag because that's for next week. So go ahead and do that with the baking soda, the peppermint extract, a jar, and the scratch frame. All that's going to go inside your bag, and we'll see that for next week. Now, there are some things that you guys should have from last week that we are going to be using this week. So our last 2 weeks of projects, if you look in your toolbox, is going to be this roll of tape, okay? And you guys can also use your oil pastels, your markers, your paint to in order to make this, okay, to decorate this, okay. So just have your toolbox there to the side like I do, and we will use that later, okay. And so yeah, so what you'll need for this week's project for making this kaleidoscope is a roll of tape that I gave you guys last week for the painting, so not last week but the week before. And keep in mind that you guys are going to be using this again, not for just for this project and the last project, but for another project down the road, okay? So please keep this roll of tape in your toolbox and don't lose it. And the glitter you guys will also be using for more than one project, okay? So make sure to keep all this stuff in your toolbox, okay? And then you'll have beads, which you'll use all today, and your foil sheet, the clear transfer sheet, and the white paper roll. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing I want you guys to do with your kaleidoscope is to decorate the outside, okay? So whether it's painting it, using your oil pastels, any of the tools or items that I've given you along this year so far, you can use if you guys still have them. It's okay if you don't. But you can decorate with markers. If you have colored paper from colored construction paper still, use that. I'm going to use some of it today. But yeah, so make this your own, okay? And after you're done decorating it, we are going to get our foil sheet, okay? Now mine, I've already trimmed it up to how long my kaleidoscope is, but I'm going to show you. I took off about this much paper off this side. And so how you'll do that is you're going to just lay one end of the paper towel next and then make it align with the end of the one side of the foil sheet, and then draw a line at the end of this side right here, and then just cut off that much. Okay, and once you've done that, you're going to grab your foil sheet and you're gonna make it into a triangle. Fold it into a triangle, okay? The reflection side, so the shiny side, white side, shiny side. The shiny side is gonna be inside, okay? So the way I'm gonna make my triangle is I'm gonna fold it hot dog style like this. So all of your guys' photo sheets were already folded in half when I put them in the bag, okay? That fold is gonna show right here, okay? So the fold should be vertical, up and down, okay? If you're doing it right, hot dog style, okay? The next thing you're gonna do is grab the top piece and kind of fold it in to meet the middle. Like so, like this, okay? So now we have 1, 2 flaps, okay? 1, 2. And we're gonna do the same thing for the bottom, okay? So make the bottom of this flap meet up to the middle right here. Okay, and so we should have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 folds. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, now that we have our 4 folds, we're gonna kind of shape it into like so, okay? So on the outside of our triangle, you'll see white, and on the inside, you can see that it's shiny. Okay. Now that we have it folded into a triangle, we're gonna grab our roll of tape and secure the triangle on the side, along the edges right here where the fold ends. Okay, so I'm gonna get some tape ready. Again, they don't have to be super long pieces, they can just be short ones. Oh, I think this got stuck. Hold on, okay. And then do one more. So now we're going to and it's okay if it looks a little bit messy right here. It doesn't look pretty, I promise. But no one's gonna see this because it's gonna be inside of our paper roll. Now, one thing you do want to make sure of is that we are making sure our triangle is small enough to fit into this, okay? So as you can see, Miss Liz messed that up right now and she barely realized that. So we're gonna have to make our triangle a little bit smaller. So just peel off the piece of tape real quickly. You can put it on the transfer sheet that I gave you, the clear sheet. That way it'll keep it. And let's make this a little bit smaller. So how I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller is I'm gonna fold this top fold in to meet the middle fold. So this top fold, boom, make that smaller. And hopefully that should do the trick. But who knows? We may just have to like there we go, that's good. Yeah. So you may just have to mold it into a triangle. I made this with my childcare kids. And that's what we kind of had to do with so have that yeah. So you're gonna have the 4 folds. Now the top and the bottom fold, you're gonna fold them in to meet the middle of their line, and that way we can have a smaller triangle. Okay, so a smaller triangle, it will still work the same, but now it's small enough to go inside our kaleidoscope. Fingers crossed. Okay, so we're gonna just add that tape back on to the thing to secure it and make sure it's not like all wonky and falling apart, and we're pushing it inside. Okay, so tape is on a triangle. Okay, and the reason why we're using foil is because it's a very reflective surface, and so whenever we put, whenever the sun or light hits it, it's gonna reflect whatever is at the end of it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and insert our triangle into our kaleidoscope. Okay, so now that you can see, I have a triangle inside my kaleidoscope, and it fits perfectly. Okay, so now that we've done that, we are going to get our kaleidoscope, and we're gonna trace, because we're only doing, because we're only making one kaleidoscope, we're gonna trace 2 circles, okay? So let's go ahead and do that right now. I'm gonna grab a black pen out of my bag. Okay, so go ahead and trace 2 circles. That's 1, and there's 2. Okay. Boom. So now that you've traced 2 circles, I don't know if you can see my circles. There they are. Those circles right there. I'm going to cut them out, okay? So just use your scissors and cut out these 2 circles right here so that we can make a kaleidoscope. Is the 1 circle? You can, it's hard to show you guys because it's, there you go. That's 1 circle right there. And then we're gonna cut out our second one. After you cut out your second one, put this to the side. We won't need it anymore. And now that we've cut out these, we are going to cut out our viewer side shapes. So out of the construction paper that I given you, if you guys don't have any, don't worry, I'll put some in your bag. But I am going to use the color, I'll use the color black. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a piece of construction paper. You're going to trace the circles again so that you guys can make the viewer side. So it's super easy task to do. Okay. There's one that you can barely see, so I should probably use a different color. Let's do that again. There we go. You can see that. Okay. Okay. Awesome. So you guys can't see the circles in there because the paper is black, but got the circles on there, and now I'm going to cut them out. Now on these circles, you guys are going to use them as your viewer hole to see inside the kaleidoscope. And I need to, there we go. Okay, let's cut the other circle right here. Okay, so now we have 2 circles. I'm gonna have you guys in one of those circles. You guys can choose. These ones right here. You're gonna fold it in half and cut a tiny hole so that you guys can see inside of your kaleidoscope. Boom. So you guys can make this hole any size you want it. I made mine that size. There it is. Okay, and I'm gonna have you guys trace one more because I feel like it'd be a lot better. Yeah. So I'm gonna have you guys trace one more clear circle so that we can put it on the back of our viewer circle. Okay. So go ahead and do that right now. Trace it first so I don't mess it up. Okay. Boom. Do one more circle just for good measure. Now I wasn't gonna originally, I didn't plan for that, for you guys to cut 3 circles for the clear, from the clear the transfer sheet, but because I don't want it just to be a hole right there and nothing to be behind it, I decided to do that last minute right now. So yes. So after you have that done, we're gonna grab some tape. And kind of secure without, hold on. So kind of secure in between the space of the paper towel roll and the triangle, and put a little bit of tape, okay? So it can kind of stay in place, okay? And that's just only on one side of the triangle, okay? So as you can see, I have my tape right there, right here on this side, so I can I can't talk. I can secure it to the side, at least one side of my paper towel, so it stays in place. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is, you see this beautiful creation that we made. We're gonna take this black paper and we're gonna glue it onto the transfer. So go ahead and grab your glue stick out. You can tell I haven't used this. So I don't know if you guys use it. You guys should have, because you guys had that pencil pot and you guys had the glue stuff on there and stuff like that. So and this is the first time I'm using it. Go ahead and glue it onto your little clear piece right there. And we're gonna place that on top of our circle. Now you're gonna be like, Miss Liz, what's gonna hold that there? The tape is. Duh. So we are gonna tape our viewer onto our kaleidoscope. Okay, there we go. The reason why I'm doing such short pieces of tape is because I'm going to do one nice piece of tape going around the edge so that we can't see all the ugly stuff. Okay. Ta-da. And then now I'm going to make got it on. Okay. So now I have that. I'm just gonna go around. It's okay if there's some edge to it because you can just fold it over onto your part. Okay. Once you have that down, you're gonna just take the edge right there, fold the tape over. We should be good to go. so you'll be able to see through the thing out of just one part of the hole. Okay, so we have our viewer side done and ready. It's very beautiful, is it not? Okay. So now that you have your viewer side, you're gonna have your this open side right here. The first thing you're gonna do is place your clear sheet on top right here, and then you're gonna add your beads and your glitter. But we're gonna take this out and we're gonna trim a little bit off of it so we have some space to put that stuff in there. Okay. So once so just go ahead and trim. Okay. Cool. We're gonna go ahead and push that back in. And now you guys should have a little bit of space inside your, as you can see right here, a little bit of space inside your kaleidoscope to add that stuff in. Now I'm going to trim off a little bit more off mine just to be safe. I recommend you guys do the same. And like I said before, it's okay if it looks a little bit wonky, because it's not really right here that matters. It's what's going to be reflected on the inside of it that's going to matter. And yeah. Okay, so there we are. Okay, so now I have a lot of space in there. And now I'm going to place my circle sheet in. Now that I've cut and trimmed. And it should fit in there quite nicely. I don't know. So you just gently place it in there. And because we've traced it, it should just fit in there snugly enough so that wherever we do put in our beads, they don't fall through. Okay. Okay, so now that we have that in there, you can see I have that clear plastic thing in there. We're gonna add our beads and our glitter. And add a little bit of beads. That went astray. And put some glitter in there. Keep in mind that you will be using this for next week's project. So yeah, just put a little bit. Don't need a lot. Okay, so I'll use a little bit. Okay, once you do that, grab your other transfer sheet and place that on top of the beads. So you're gonna place that on top of the beads, the glitter, and the other transfer sheet. And then we are going to secure a little bit of that with our tape, okay? So with this part, you will need smaller pieces. So what I recommend is tearing off a piece and then cutting it so that, okay? Cutting it so that it's a straight line, like small like this, okay? So as you can see, it's a small piece of tape. Because we don't want that to be seen on the side that's what we use to see all the pretty colors and stuff later on. So just kind of like that, just a little piece right there inside so they can't see. So you won't be able to see it on the other side. And do one more for good measure, maybe 2 or 3 actually. So I'm gonna split this piece in half. That, and then one more. Okay, so you'll see that I just have 3 pieces right there. And one thing you can do to make it look kind of the same on both sides, it's not that, But you guys can put tape like we did on this side around the edges so that it's kind of congruent and it doesn't look off. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to leave a little bit of the edges off so I can help secure that transfer sheet a little bit more. Okay, I'm just going to wrap that around there. And boom. Secure that transfer sheet a little bit more. We're pulling it in. And there we have it. We have our stuff in there. And you should, once you hold it to the light, you should be able to move around actually. Okay. So yeah. So you want to leave a little bit of stuff to let the beads move around, a little bit of space, and then yeah, there you have it. Here is our kaleidoscope.